Hello. Call 3. Well, I'm just gonna wait for some. I wonder where we'll go today. Hello, there are people joining in. Hi. Welcome. I'm so pumped. I have no clue. I think I do have a clue about what I'm gonna do, but um, the more of y'all join in, the better idea I get. Um, just a little side note for our Spanish translator. Uh, she's not available right now, but what she will be doing is translating after the call is over, and then she'll put it up. So post the call, she'll translate it, she'll translate using the recording, and then she'll put it up. So Spanish speaking people, even though I'm speaking in English and explaining what Fur is going to do, I hope it made sense. It'll be available for y'all, just post the call. Welcome everyone. Welcome Silvana, Paul. Those are the only names I can see here. I don't know who else is on. Cool. So call number 3. First of all, I wonder if y'all are re-listening to call 2 and call 1, and please keep using the tools of call 1, and please keep re-listening to call 2 as well, because more you become the energy, hi Paul, more you become the energy of your asks and what it is that you really want, what it is that you're really asking for to show up, the faster everything will actualize. So I was wondering where to go today because I didn't really get any questions and anything from anyone, or I didn't see it on time. I don't know, but till now I haven't received anything. So, and I was just getting the energy of the group and where we're going. And what has been pinging in my world is as you're starting to get clear about what it is that you're asking for, as you're starting to get in touch with the energy, what if you included the earth in all your asks? So what do I mean by that? If you notice when you go outside and spend some time in nature, you'll start getting clues of that beautiful energy underneath all your asks. The more you go out in nature, the more you talk to the earth, the more you ask the earth to show you, you will start functioning from simultaneity of asking and receiving, which is what will create. Because the earth functions in simultaneity of asking and receiving. What do I mean by that? Let me go to, I think I put this up on the group as well. One of the things that including the earth in your asks does is it removes time as a condition for your asks to actualize. Okay? Because the earth doesn't function in small, like, time limits, like what do I create for tomorrow? It doesn't really understand time. It actually functions in bigger cycles. Like there are seasonal cycles, there's bigger revolutions, it functions from a very different space of quote unquote time, which is not really time because time is a concept and is a construct. And so every time we use every time we use time as a condition for when and how your ask should show up, it delays it. It doesn't hasten the process, it actually delays it. So everywhere that you gave up on everything you wanted to create because it didn't show up at the right time that you thought was the right time, will you please uncreate and destroy at all times of Godzilla? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop out, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Do you get that? So now imagine you're trying to create this business, right? You're trying to create with the earth, but you're like, you worked at it for 6 months and you are fast. right? And you've created the whole business in your head, and you're like, oh my God, things are not showing up the way I wanted them to. They're not enough people, blah, 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 blah. And the reason you give up on it is because of the time factor that you've added. But be more like the earth, walk in bigger cycles, like bigger space for the universe to give you everything you've been asking for. Okay? So, again, everywhere that you've given up on living because you put time as a condition on when and how your ask and your living should show up, will you please unclaim, destroy at all times of God's will? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, what, online, shorts, person, beyonds. Time is not real. Yeah. Animals don't understand time, right? Like animals don't know it's 5 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, it's 2020. It's not real. So it's again another lie from the first call that we were talking about. So it's another set of lies that you're attaching your asks with. Okay. It's like if time isn't real, why would you put time as a condition? So everything that is, will you please unclaim, destroy it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, person, beyonds. So I would like you guys to extend your ask, include the earth in your ask, because if you include the earth in everything you're asking for the business, for the money, for the contribution you know you can be, for the change, if you include the earth, you're actually you're actually being more congruent with what you want and what you've been asking for, that peace, that space, that beautiful energy underneath your asks. The more you include the earth in your asks, the more congruent you are with your asks. And the more congruent you become with your asks, the faster everything shows up. So, all of the constructs of this reality, for example, time, that you're using as a condition for your asks to show up, will you guys please uncreate and destroy at all times of Godzilla? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys, and beyonds. All the constructs that you're using as a condition and as a reason and justification for why your asks are not showing up, will you please unclaim, destroy at all times of Godzilla? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys, and beyonds. How many times did you ask for something and you thought it was going to take this much time, but it just showed up? Right? So have that space and that patience, so to say, for your asks to actualize. Don't become impatient. Don't start giving up on your asks because it hasn't shown up as yet. Okay? So if you include a change, what would you ask for with money? What would you ask for with your body? Your body is like the earth. It's like a little earth walking on the big earth. It's made up of the same elements, and it's very much in communication with the earth. So when you're asking even for things to show up for your body, which is most of the things, by the way, which is the relationship, the being doesn't need a relationship. Your body enjoys it. Money is not for your being, it's for your body. You like the money to have more choices of luxury, comfort, classes, etc., etc., again for your body. And so, and if you included the earth therefore in every ask, what will change? What will you ask for? And everywhere, all of the implants that tell you that your body and the earth are like these separate things, will you please unclean, destroy it all times of God's will? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pot, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. We're the only species on the planet that functions from constructs that the earth doesn't understand or that the earth doesn't function from. And therefore, the only species on the planet that seems to be suffering from depression and anxiety and wanting to kill themselves. Right? But if you start functioning as the earth does, imagine what you can ask for. What can you create 10,000 years? Not just for the next 5 years. What can you start instituting today for your asks 10,000 years from now? What will change with your asks if you started including the earth? Can you tell me a little more on time is a lie? Okay, so I think I already spoke about it. Time is a construct we made up so as to, go about our daily routines and etc., etc., etc. But anything that nature doesn't understand, anything that the animal world doesn't understand, isn't real. It's something we made up, right? So time is something we made up. 7 p.m. It's made up. It's not real. It's just something we made up for certain things. Okay. But it's not your natural way of being. Okay. And every time we functioned in small spaces of time, like I want to make money so that tomorrow I'm fine. We've abused ourselves, our body, and the planet. But when you extend your asks and include the earth in your ask, suddenly time is not relevant anymore. Suddenly you are living a bigger world. Suddenly you are asking for so much that is bigger, which is, by the way, congruent with you. If you're This is your ask is not small. Your ask is not I want money. Your ask is that big energy. So the more you ask, the more you get in touch with the earth, the more you expand into the earth and include it for your body as well, the more congruent you will be with your ask. Okay. What are the other elements of the earth? Abundance. It doesn't function from lack. It doesn't function from lack. There's abundance everywhere. It's fertile. There'll be land that is barren completely and little rain, and then you'll see things growing. That's because it functions from abundance. Okay, so the more you start including the earth in your asks, the more you start letting your body communicate and be in communion with the earth, the more congruent you become with the beautiful energy underneath your asks. And therefore, the faster your asks will actualize. So receive from the planet. Please do, because everything you're asking for is not separate from it. And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive your connection and your communion with the planet, will you please unfree and destroy it all? Times of Godzilla. Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, online, shots, person, beyonds. Because a lot of people saying, no, you must be talking to the earth, but I don't think I can. I don't think I'm really communicating with the earth or whatever. No, all of us are. All of us are. There isn't one special person. There's just some of us who are acknowledging it more and some of us who not yet acknowledged. So everywhere you've not acknowledged how much in communion with the planet you are, will you please unclean and destroy at all times of Godzilla. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop out, online, shots, boys and beyonds. And why am I addressing this in the art of asking and receiving? Because the more you acknowledge how in communion with the earth you are, the more you start getting in touch with your natural self, and the more you start getting in touch with the beautiful energy underneath, which is the peace, the fertility, the abundance, the orgasmic living. That's the planet. The planet is a thriving, throbbing being. And the more we acknowledge this, the more the earth also starts thriving. All right. Like it's both ways. The more we disconnect from our asks by not including the earth, the more we disconnect from the planet and what contribution you can be to the planet. So, why did you come here? What is your actual ask? And if you included the planet in every ask, what constructs and what lies will just dissipate and wither away. You won't even have to sit clearing. The more you become like the earth, the more you'll just be the energy. Okay, so please include the earth in your asks. And if in the beginning you don't know what that means, please take time every day, every morning when you wake up. Don't wake up in people's heads. Okay, if there are lots of people in their head, and you are noticing that you're waking up, you are not being congruent to your ask. Go out in nature, take a walk, even if it's for 10 minutes. Get a sense of that relaxation, get a sense of that peace, because that is the beautiful energy underneath all your asks. The earth is showing you that every single day. And the more you include it in your asks, the more you become that, the faster your asks will actualize. So, everywhere that you've excluded, everywhere that you've excluded yourself from the planet, will you please uncreate and destroy at all times of Godzilla? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys, and beyonds. Everywhere you were implanted to exclude yourself from the planet, will you please unclear and destroy at all times of Godzilla? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys, and beyonds. I don't know if you notice, I guess suddenly this piece and this space that's available, relax into it. If you're not noticing it, most of y'all will be noticing that it's available. Just please relax into what is available right now. Relax into the planet, being, and extend in every direction outside. The space that's available right now is your beautiful energy underneath your asks. For some, this may be peace. For some, this may be happiness. For some, this may be relaxation. For some, this may be something that you cannot define. It is the beautiful energy underneath your asks. Thank you guys for those who are coming on, because this space that we've reached right now, I just hope you're getting a sense of this. There is suddenly something available. Just tap into it. And thank you for coming on, because I can't do this alone. Now, mentally, I mean, I wouldn't say mentally, but just in your space, go through the list of asks that you made in the first call. If you included the earth in your asks, what would change now in your list? What is no longer relevant? And what is even more relevant now? Change the list if at all it requires changing. This piece that's available right now, this is you. This will continue for some of y'all for some time, even post I finish the call. So this is what I wanted to talk about today, I guess. If you included the earth in your asks, how much faster will your asks actualize? And this space that you're noticing right now, I'm going to take this opportunity and invite you guys to something that I'm doing. I'm doing this thing called Rhythm and Earth. a 15-day program every day for 40 minutes to an hour for your body, just for your body. And it's rhythm and it's earth. So it's basically the energy what most of us are sensing right now. Even if you're not sensing, you're not wrong. It's just your fast. And you're probably already being it more than us. Okay. So it's a 15-day thing. There's going to be drumming because drumming on the djembe, because for me that facilitates my connection to the earth very quickly, and it helps me facilitate other bodies as well. And there's going to be art, music, dance. There's going to be lots of movement and stuff, but there's going to be a lot of clearing, fun, and really getting in touch with this energy that hopefully you all got a sense of today. Because if you included the earth in your asks, your whole life will change. You will receive everything you're asking for. You will, because you no longer apply the constructs of this reality as a condition for your asks to actualize. Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive the energy that we just created together, can you please unclean, destroy all times of Godzillion and relax into it. There's a question from Sonia who says, how do I include the earth in my ask? Little things. Like I gave you, don't include time in your asks, and that is one way. And little things, like literally just stepping out every day and even out in nature, spend under a tree, spend it walking barefoot on the earth, not tar, not cement, on the earth, barefoot on the earth. Even if you start doing that, you will start getting more and more in touch with the planet. And ask the earth to show you every single day. Ask the earth to show you. Show me what it is to include you in my asks. Show me what that means. Ask the universe, show me what that means. What is that? For me, the greatest change has been that my asks are no longer for the next 5 years. My asks are always at least for the next 500 years. What can I institute and create today that will create the earth, the living, the life, everything that I've been asking for 500 years from now, at least? And um, and also to facilitate this process of getting in touch with the earth, I am doing this 15-day program. If it calls to you guys, if you think your body is asking for it, if you think your being is asking for it, come join me. It's gonna be like it's gonna be this of melting and including the earth in everything, and for your body. Thank you. Now, the energy will keep going, and some of y'all will notice this. Please be with the energy. It'll keep going even after the live is over. If you want to go relax somewhere and keep receiving it, even if you don't relax, you can just tap into this call and then you'll notice it. Thank you guys so much for being on here. Take away from today is just that if I included the earth in all my asks, how would my asks change? And I'll see you soon. Some of y'all in the Rhythm and Arts program, some of y'all after 15 days for something different. Bye, you guys. Thank you. Hope this helps.